intensive, let's quickly take a look on how to play push and fold in cheap EV situations. First of all, let's understand the difference between freezeouts and PKOs. In freezeouts, we are going to push wider because we do not have bounty on our heads, and thus we have better fold equity, so the jam would be wider. Take a look at the legend, so we will have some open raises and jams. Starting with early position, in freezeout, we jam like this. We do not jam the strongest hands, though we jam all aces up to ace 7 suited, and off-suited aces it's up to ace 10 off-suited. Don't go jamming like the weakest aces, both suited and off-suited, it's not that much profitable. And middle position allows us to jam a little bit wider on aces suited, and off-suited aces still are quite tight here. Hijack allows us to jam up to ace 7 off-suited. We jam all suited aces, and we allow ourselves to jam 9th line with a suited one. And still mind that we open raise the best hands and everything is in jam. In cutoff, we jam way more wider. It can be king 7 suited, queen 8 suited, but we still not very happy to jam ace deuce. Ace 3, it can be jammed, but of course it's not that much profitable here, but still we can jam it. Please mind that this is a cheap EV situation. It is not ICM. In ICM, it would be way more tighter. Button jam is like every ace, a lot of kings, up to king 9 of suited. Suited kings jammed pretty much all of them. King deuce suited can be jammed if the opponents are very tight. Against average opponents, do not jam king deuce, and do not go wide with the queens, so queen 7 suited is the bottom here. But on small blind, everything is different. We jam like crazy. So almost every suited hand is jammed, except those deuces with starting from 8 to 5. Of suited hands, like a lot of jammed, but the trash ones are still folded. Don't go jamming them too much. So stay on a jack 7 of suited and it would be fine. So about PKOs, please pay attention to stake ratio of your opponents to yours. So it's basic strategy that if you do not cover, you are tight. If you cover many opponents, then you get wider, both in open raises, calls, jams, whatever. So let's take a look at the strategy. We will be taking the situation when we are the shortest in the table and everybody covers us, and how we can build our range here. So when we are on early position, like on the screenshot, we are very tight. So we jam on the ace 8 suited, because we will be we will get called white, so we want to have good kickers, and we jam like Broadway only kings. King 10, king jack, king queen suited, and many pairs up to 6s. Don't jam, please, deuces, 3s, 4s, 5s, because you will run bad if you get called. The best what you can expect is coin flip with deuces and 3s, so please avoid such jams. You can pair ranges with freezeout and PKO. So you see that in freezeout we jam like all suited Broadway here, but in PKO we want to have the best kicker, so we remove our jack 10, queen jack. As for aces, it's pretty much close, so that's the main difference here. Middle position, let's go to compare. So the same story with aces, like very close. Again, the difference is in the Broadway section. We go in freezeout with 9th line. In PKO, it's like only 10th, 9, and not everything. Jack 10 is like not the good idea. That's the main difference. As for pairs, it's very close. In PKO, it's 5s. In freezeouts, it's 4s. Hijack lets us to jam every ace and up to ace 7 off-suited. Again, the same story. We have the same strategy with aces in PKO and freeze, but the different with the Broadway part. Now in PKO, now we add only king 9, jack 10, still kind of tight here. Don't think that we can, we have 13 big blinds, let's jam queen 8 suited, it's good, like no, it's not. Please avoid that. Be very solid with your jams, since you only have, probably it will be the only chance for you to double up, because if you jam too wide, you will be like pretty much called. When you jam, people will go crazy, and if you jam queen 8, you get called by whatever king 7 of suited. Well, it's not the best scenario. But if you jam king queen 10, get called by all the queens worse or 10s worse, and like win the double up like without many troubles. So yeah, here we can take a look at cutoff. As usual. The same story with aces, the different story with Broadway, but still a little bit more close to what we have in Freezeout. The difference is not that big, so think about the kickers again. As for button, well, it's like not easy to see the difference here, so the closer you are to blinds, the wider, the more tame the ranges with in PKO and Freezeout, but still same story. Pay attention to the kickers, don't go wider with kings. So king 5 is the minimum, king 5 suited is the minimum you can have here. The same with queens and jack suited. Jack 9, queen 8, not more. And the biggest difference probably would be in small blind versus big blind, because there you would get lots of calls from big blind who covers you. Remember, we are the shortest. So again, we try to jam with more or less good kickers. So queen 5, jack 5 is the bottom, jack 5 suited is the bottom here, but you will get called a lot. In Freezeout, people would think that, oh, there's no knockout, what's the point for me to risk my 13 big blinds? I'll fold. And in knockout, well, yeah, you need some edge, and you need to jam a little bit more tight. Here you can see how you can call jams on big blind when you have 90 big blinds and your opponent has 13 big blinds, like in the previous scenario when we were 13 big blinds. As you see, the call is very wide. For example, we'll take a look at small blind. So we call a lot. That's why we should not jam like this. We should jam like this. So we will be staying good against such a range and we will be doubling up quite a lot. The same idea is every position, See how EP calls, right? And remember how carefully we jam from early position with 13 big blinds. That's why. So please follow these charts and remember that probably this is the only situation we can tell you about like in this way in the presentation, because it's easy to calculate one situation with 13 big blinds when everybody covers you, but there are a lot of situations in PKOs. Each of them is unique. That's why you should always strive to perfection by analyzing your hands in ICMizer or Hold'em Resources calculator. If you are already staked and you are on the contract in your personal cabinet, you have the section access to the server. So you can connect to remote desktop and use Hold'em Resources calculator to calculate your own hands and thus improve your game and get better and win more and improve and so on. Thank you for your attention, guys. See you later. Goodbye.